Class of biology once again. So we were studying about chapter 3 human reproduction, and in the previous class we have studied about the oogenesis taking place in the female. Okay, so today we are going to study, and we have already studied about the spermatogenesis. So in this video I am going to explain you the difference between spermatogenesis and oogenesis. Let's compare these two processes. Okay, so spermatogenesis starts after a male child attains puberty, isn't it? So spermatogonia, which is found where? Do you remember? Inside the seminiferous tubules. Okay, they multiply by mitosis, and some of them they act as the primary spermatocytes. And this primary spermatocytes undergo first meiotic division and produce what? Secondary spermatocytes. And the secondary spermatocytes they complete or they undergo the second meiotic division and form spermatids, isn't it? And the spermatids are normal cells, animal cells only, and they differentiate into spermatozoa by a process called what? Spermiogenesis. So this is happening, all this process, okay, happens only after the child attains puberty, and it will last for till the means it is there in any time in a male. Understood? Like in a female, what happens? The process of oogenesis and the process of ovulation, all this reproductive events will stop after a particular age, but in a male it will not stop. It will be there in the male for long time. Okay, there is no stoppage for this. This process will continue till the person is alive. Okay, so on the other hand, if we compare the oogenesis, okay, in oogenesis the process starts when the female child is in its embryonic stage, means before birth itself it starts. Okay, so oogonia, some of the oogonia in the ovary, they undergo what? Mitosis. Okay, and then what happens? Some of them start entering into the meiosis stage, and in the first meiotic division, that is in the prophase 1 itself, its division will get arrested, and these cells are known as primary oocytes. Okay, this it will be like that till the child attains puberty and just prior to ovulation. Okay, means from many follicles will be there, primary, secondary, tertiary follicles, likewise in different stages the follicles are there. Okay, and the one of the tertiary follicle will become Graafian follicle from any one of the ovary every month. Okay, and in that what happened? The first meiotic division completes and produce what? How many cells? 2 cells. Do you remember in the last video I have told you that is the first polar body and the secondary oocyte. Okay, and the secondary oocyte is ovulated, or it is released in the process of ovulation. Understood? And then what happens? The secondary oocyte undergoes or completes its second meiotic division only after the fertilization. If it gets fertilized, then what? The secondary oocyte undergoes second meiotic division, and again it produces one more polar body. Okay, one more polar body that is known as the second polar body and the ovum. Okay, this is getting fused with the sperm. So is it clear? So you can imagine this is a long process from where it started, from the before the child's birth it started, isn't it? In the ovary of the female child itself, and their primary oocytes, in the form of primary oocytes, the oogonia undergoes the mitosis differentiation, and then what happened? It enters into the first meiotic division, and the division will get arrested in the first prophase or prophase 1, and they are known as what? Primary oocytes. And this primary oocyte, okay, complete its first meiotic division. What is the other steps of first meiotic division? That is metaphase 1, anaphase 1, telophase 1. All this will be completed just prior to the ovulation. Okay, this happens in what? In one Graafian follicle in 1 month. Understood? And then what happened? This the primary oocyte undergoes or completes its first meiotic division and produce 2 cells which are unequal in their size, isn't it? They are the first polar body and the secondary oocyte. And secondary oocyte will, if it get fertilized, then it completes the second meiotic division and 2 cells will be produced. What is that? Second polar body and the ovum. Okay, so these are the major difference between what? Oogenesis and spermatogenesis. So what are the major differences? You can say that the spermatogenesis starts only after a child attains puberty, but this one, oogenesis, starts much long before. Okay, so when the child is in the mother's womb itself, it starts. Okay, then you can see that spermatogenesis. Okay, in spermatogenesis, you can see that one spermatogonia will give rise to 4 spermatozoa or sperms, and you can see here in oogenesis, one egg only will be formed from one oogonia. Okay, and spermatogenesis is a short process when compared to oogenesis. There is no production of polar bodies in where? In spermatogenesis, but there is what? The production of polar bodies in the oogenesis process. So these are some of the differences between oogenesis and spermatogenesis. So this chart also you please draw in your copy and study. Okay, so one thing I want to say is, as you watch the video, you have to read the textbook. Okay, simply watching the video will not help you to write the exam. You have to read. Okay, make small short points in your copy and keep, so that you can write the answers in your exam. Okay, so this much is clear now till this portion. So next topic that we are going to study is menstrual cycle. Okay, so the reproductive cycle that occur or that operates in the female primates. Primates means a group of what? Mammals only, isn't it? So monkeys, apes, human beings, etc. are coming under this, and this reproductive cycle is called what? Menstrual cycle. Okay, and the first occurrence or the onset of menstruation cycle at puberty, when a female child attains puberty, and if when she starts menstruation, that first menstruation is called what? Menarche. Okay, and you can see that this menstruation cycle occurs an interval of about 28 to 29 days. This can vary, depends upon the physique of the female. Understood? This period or this period can vary. This time period can vary in different females. Okay, and the cycle that starts from the menstruation till the next one is called the menstrual cycle. So in a female child, when she starts her first menstruation cycle, that is known as what? Menarche. Okay, the first menstruation is called menarche, and in a normal female or on an average around 28 to 29 days, this full events repeats. Okay, and this is known as what? Menstrual cycle. Okay, menstrual cycle. And the ovum is released during the middle of the cycle, and that is known as ovulation. Okay, ovulation. So the different phases of menstrual cycle can be understood like this. That is menstruation. Okay, menstruation, then follicular phase, and on 14th day there is ovulation, then luteal phase, and the next cycle will begin. Understood? So like this we can study the cycle as it is what happening one by one from any events you can start. Okay, that events, this 4 events will be repeating every 28 days or 29 days. Okay, and that may vary, I told already, that is due to the difference in the physics. Okay, then so let's start here with menstruation. Okay, so the menstruation happens in the uterus, okay, due to the breakdown of endometrial lining of the uterus and blood vessels. Okay, so we have already studied that when I was teaching you about the structure of uterus, isn't it, parts of female reproductive system, I told the uterus is made up of 3 layers of cells: endometrium, myometrium and metrium, isn't it? And I told you that endometrium, the inner layer, that is responsible for what? Cyclic changes during the menstrual cycle. So endometrium will become, you can see here, okay, it can become thick, okay, it can become thick or it can become thin. Okay, so when if fertilization does not happen, okay, what will happen? It will fall off the endometrium layer along with what? The blood vessels, all that will fall off. Okay, that will get degenerate and that will go out as menstrual fluid, and this stage lasts for around 3 to 5 days, and this phase of menstrual cycle is known as menstruation. Okay, menstruation. So after during menstruation you can see that the progesterone and estrogen level is very less in the body, and actually progesterone is needed for the maintenance of this endometrium, and as it is not there, what will happen? The endometrium falls off and that results in the menstruation. Okay, then and menstruation occurs only if the released egg is not fertilized. Understood? If the released egg is not fertilized, then only menstruation occurs, and if the released egg is not fertilized, then menstruation occurs, or else it will lead to the pregnancy. Okay, and there are some other reasons also. Sometimes if the menstruation does not happen at the expected time, there may be some other reasons also. Okay, due to some stress, poor health, because all these events are controlled by the hormones. So stress or poor health, all this can control this processes. Okay, so menstruation is the first stage or phase of menstrual cycle, and this will be followed by the follicular phase. Okay, so follicular phase means what? Here in this follicular phase, you can see that the endometrium slowly start increasing its thickness. Okay, so and you can see that the primary follicles, I told now, primary follicles are there around 60,000 to 80,000 primary follicles are there in each ovary, and this will grow to become a fully mature Graafian follicle. Okay, and endometrium region. So the 2 steps or 2 events that happens during the follicular phase is, what is that? That is the primary follicle, they will develop into a Graafian follicle, mature Graafian follicle. Do you remember the steps, various steps? Primary follicles will become secondary, then tertiary, and tertiary will become mature Graafian follicle. Understood? And the second event is endometrium of uterus regenerate, means it will become more thickened. Okay, and this is due to the changes in the levels of pituitary and ovarian hormones. Understood? So pituitary hormones and ovarian hormones are getting changed. Okay, their amount, quantity in the blood get changed, and due to this only. So let's see what it is. Okay, So you can see that the FSH and LH, which is present in the what pituitary, they are the pituitary hormones. Their amount slowly will get increased. Okay, as it is getting increased, this FSH will act on the follicles. Okay, they help to develop the follicles. And from where? From primary to secondary to tertiary and then into Graafian. And Graafian follicles. Okay, in this follicles there are certain cells called follicular cells. They are producing the estrogen. So what estrogen level, you can see here, estrogen level also will start increasing during the follicular stage. Okay, so during the follicular stage you can see the what LH also increases, FSH also increases. They are the pituitary hormones, and slowly you can see that this follicles, that is primary follicle, will get changed or mature into Graafian follicles, and the follicular cells produces estrogen. Understand? This estrogen and this LH amount will get what its maximum just before the 14th day. If it is 28 day of half of 28 day, if it is 14, okay, then means if the menstrual cycle is 28 days, then the half of that is 14. So around 14th day, the LH quantity in the blood of a female will be very high, and this is known as LH surge. What it is? LH surge. And during LH surge, what happens? Ovulation takes place. Okay, LH surge results. Okay, LH surge will happen, and this results in what? Ovulation, rupture of Graafian follicles, and that results in what? Ovulation. Understood? LH surge means what? On 14th day, that is in the middle of the cycle, rapid secretion or increase of LH happens. This is known as LH surge, and this results in the rupture of the Graafian follicle, resulting in the release of ovum, okay, or secondary oocyte. This process is called what? Ovulation. Understood? So this phase is followed by the luteal phase, during which the remaining part of the Graafian follicles will get transformed into another type of tissue known as corpus luteum. Understood? And corpus luteum is responsible for what? The production of progesterone, and that is needed for the maintenance of endometrium. Okay, and if endometrium is very necessary for the for the implantation. Do you remember implantation? The embedding of the zygote into the the uterus wall. So for this endometrium is needed, and it results in pregnancy. Understood? So you can see that if no fertilization happened, then it will result in the degeneration of this endometrium, and that results, okay, in the decrease of which one? In the decrease of progesterone, and again what will happen? Menstrual cycle happens, because if endometrium is maintained, what is needed? Progesterone is needed. And if fertilization does not happen, what will happen? The corpus luteum will not remain there. Okay, so corpus luteum will not remain means no progesterone will be there, and if progesterone is not there, what happens? Endometrium will degenerate. Disintegration of endometrium starts, and this will lead to the menstruation. So if is it clear to you? So once again, let's see. There are different phases like menstruation. So from any phases you can start. Okay, so menstruation 3 to 5 days it will be there, and during menstruation what is happening? The endometrium layer of the uterus get degenerate. Okay, blood vessels which are all formed will get degenerate, and that results in the menstrual flow. and this will be followed by the follicular phase. What is follicular phase? That is, during this the endometrium layer again become thickened, okay, and you can see that the LH and FSH which is produced by the pituitary gland, that their amount or their quantity in the blood also increases. So as the FSH increases, they will work on, they will act on where? On the follicles, developing follicles, that is primary follicles, and that follicles will develop into what? Secondary, tertiary and mature follicles, okay. And LH, what it does, its amount increases, and around 14th day of, or in the mid of the menstrual cycle, its amount will be very high, okay, and that results in the rupturing of the Graafian follicle and release of ovum or secondary oocyte, and that is known as the ovulation. Understood? Then next, what happen after ovulation? What will happen? This Graafian follicles, okay, the Graafian follicles will get converted, or it will form a tissue known as corpus luteum, okay, corpus luteum, and this corpus luteum will produce what? The progesterone, okay, progesterone will be produced by the corpus luteum, okay. This Graafian follicles will get converted to what? Or that the Graafian follicles will be filled with a tissue known as what? Corpus luteum after the ovulation, okay, and this produces what? The progesterone. Progesterone is needed for what? For the maintenance of this endometrium layer. And if the if fertilization occurs, what will happen? It will stay there and continuously produce progesterone. Then that will lead to the implantation and all. If fertilization does not happen, what will happen? This corpus luteum slowly get degenerate, okay, it will get degenerate, and what? The production of progesterone will become very high, isn't it? Low, isn't it? Progesterone will, the amount of progesterone will fall, isn't it? And that results in the falling of endometrium, leading to the next menstruation. Understood? So in this way, what? The various phases taking place during the menstrual cycle. What are they? Menstruation, follicular phase, ovulation, luteal phase. Luteal phase is what? The phase during which the corpus luteum develops. It produces what? Progesterone, okay. And if the fertilization does not happen, what will happen? It will result in the degeneration of this corpus luteum, and that results in the degeneration of what? The endometrium, resulting in the resulting in the next menstruation. Understood? So in this way, these events take place one by one in a cyclic way, and this is called the menstrual cycle. Okay, so you have to learn this chart also, okay. What happens to the pituitary hormones, okay, ovarian hormones, and what happens in the ovary, what happens in the uterus. So these all are shown in this diagram. So please draw this diagram and understand this properly, okay. So hope you are clear with this topic.